You've been begging God for a sign, but what if you've been walking right past it? Most people wait for a shout, but God usually speaks through a disruption. If your life feels strangely off or blocked right now, it isn't bad luck. It's a divine alert. You cannot afford to ignore what I'm about to show you. Sign number 1. God continues to obstruct the path backward. You have attempted to return to your former self, but that version of you no longer fits. The routines that once offered comfort now leave you feeling hollow. The companions you once walked with now feel like strangers, even when they are standing right beside you. You try to force the connection, pretend everything is fine, or mask the awkwardness, but the feeling of wrongness persists. That isn't misfortune. It is a holy intervention. God's love is too profound to permit you to stay stagnant. That uneasy sensation, that door that keeps locking in your face, is His protection, not His anger. Psalm 37:23-24, NIV. The Lord makes firm the steps of the one who delights in Him. Though he may stumble, he will not fall, for the Lord upholds him with His hand. Much like in the story of Balaam in Numbers 22, when he tried to pursue his own agenda, God stationed an angel to bar the path. Even a beast of burden could perceive it. Occasionally, God will derail your journey to preserve your destiny. If you have gotten to this point, like and subscribe as we continue. Sign number 2. You feel an inexplicable internal tug. You cannot describe it, but an internal shift is occurring within you. It isn't stress or exhaustion. It is a heaviness in your soul that pulls at you during your private moments, a craving that nothing seems to satisfy. You feel an urge to seek God in prayer, yet the words won't come. You desire a deeper connection with the Father, but you are unsure where to start. That yearning, that inner ache, isn't mental chaos. It is a spiritual awakening. Psalm 42:7. Deep calls to deep at the roar of your waterfalls. All your breakers and your waves have gone over me. When God begins to whisper, He doesn't shout. He stirs. He communicates in the hidden chambers of your soul where noise cannot penetrate. When you experience this inner agitation, it isn't a collapse. It is the start of a breakthrough. Sign number 3. The quietness is becoming intense. You have been seeking clarity from God, but the only response is stillness. No signs, no emotional rushes, no obvious path forward, just a deep silence. It's the kind of quiet that makes you wonder if your prayers are even being heard. But silence does not mean God is gone. It is often the very environment where He performs His deepest work. Psalm 46:10. He says, "Be still, and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth." Staying calm is difficult when you are in a state of urgency. Yet, in the Bible, profound silence always preceded significant miracles. Before Jesus brought Lazarus back to life, He wept in silence. Before the fortifications of Jericho collapsed, the Israelites walked in total quiet. If your world feels motionless and mute, do not worry. You aren't being neglected. You are being prepared. Sign number 4. Your old joys now feel shallow. Recently, it feels as though your interests are evaporating. The activities that used to thrill you now feel tedious and draining. You try to find pleasure in them as you did before, but your heart is no longer engaged. This isn't a change in your personality. It is a shift in your spirit. When God calls you to a higher level, He will first remove your hunger for lesser things. You aren't losing your identity. You are discovering your true purpose. Philippians 2:13 NIV. For it is God who works in you to will and to act in order to fulfill His good purpose. When old passions wither and new longings begin to grow, do not fight it. That restlessness and feeling of emptiness mean God is making room for what is coming. Sign number 5. You feel under pressure, yet you aren't breaking. Lately, it feels as if your entire world is trembling. Friendships are evolving. Opportunities are disappearing. You are praying, but the solutions seem far away. You are weary, pushed to the limit, and stressed, yet remarkably, you are still standing. That endurance isn't coming from your own strength. This is what happens when God begins to strip away what isn't meant for your future. You believe you are falling apart, but in reality, you are being positioned. Psalm 34:18. The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. You aren't being destroyed. You are being shaped. You are being molded, purified, and relieved of the distractions, the ego, and the baggage you didn't even know you were carrying. On the other side of this transition is the person God always intended you to be. Not more fragile, but more wise. Perhaps the silence, the transitions, and the obstacles weren't accidents. Maybe they were indicators. Perhaps God has been speaking this entire time, and now you are finally tuned into His voice. The issue isn't whether He is speaking. The real issue is, will you respond? If this message moved your spirit, comment, "I hear you, Lord," below, and share this with someone else, someone you know is in need of this specific word today. Never forget to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and be blessed.